Do you know all the wonderful things provided by the Parks and Recreation Department of Rancho Palos Verdes? One of the most wonderful and certainly most outstanding is the Point Vincente Interpretive Center. I find it hard to believe that there are people who still don't know about this place, but one of the things that has always attracted me to it is the incredible location and the wonderful vistas that you have here.
Well, and certainly that's why we're here. We are the premier gray whale watch site in Southern California, and we actually jet out into the water, so it's not as if the whales are coming to us. We're actually kind of sticking out, coming to them.
The whale season, and again, I find it hard that people don't know this, but for people who maybe don't, what is actually during the year the whale watching season?
Well, we start December 1st. The ACS, American Cetacean Society Whale Watch folks are on the back patio counting the whales from dawn until dusk. Volunteers are. And so they start December 1st, and they normally go to the end of April. And recently, we've been going into the first couple of weeks of May. So they go until they don't see any whales for 3 to 5 days after the end of April.
And the whales know they must appear, right?
The whales do know they must appear, and in fact, this is a very good year for whales. We've seen some, they're back up to their average of 10 years. They were way down last year, and we've had some really great days early on in the season, sometimes 38 whales in a day. We're very fortunate, besides the natural and cultural exhibits that we have within the museum, along with the information on the whales, we also have a meeting room or sunset room that's available after we close the museum. We also have an amphitheater where we have public activities happening there, but guests can also rent that area after the museum closes at 5 o'clock for their weddings, memorials, anniversaries, or parties.
Knowing the number of places on the peninsula that are available for this sort of activity, do you put a limit or number on the number of people that can, say, attend a wedding?
Yes, the room itself holds about 100 people, and then the outside patio, 50 more. So you can have approximately 150 people at your wedding. And I would say the greatest thing about our room is you can bring in anything. We've had In-N-Out trucks come. We've had taco trucks come. We've had Chez Melange cater. You can make it as elaborate or as user-friendly as you want. You still have the $1 million view.
I know if I was watching this myself, I'd say, wow, that looks fantastic. I'd like to get more information. So the question is, how or where can people get more information?
Well, certainly they can contact us here at the Point Vincente Interpretive Center at 544-5260, or they can look us up online at the city's website. We do have application and information there.
We're standing in the very impressive, I must say somewhat unusual lobby of the center. Tell us a little bit about this. I mean, this is not real rock, is it, or is it?
No, this isn't, but it was cast from real rock down at the Abalone Cove tide pool area and also in the Klondike Canyon area.
And was it difficult to construct? I mean, was it just one piece or lots of pieces, or how did they do that?
Well, actually, this was done by Taylor Studios, a company from Illinois. They came out here, they cast...
From Illinois?
Illinois, best value, and similar work. So they came out here, they took the castings, they brought them back, they made fiberglass pieces, they filled in with some artist magic, and then they brought this in pieces, put it all together, painted it, and created what you see here today.
Someone who spent a major portion of his life, as I have in Palos Verdes, I think one of the great things about this place was when Marineland was here, and I was just devastated when it left. And I think it's wonderful that this facility here has something to do with that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we're very happy, and this is actually a very popular exhibit. We had put this in as just a one-year exhibit, but people have had such an overwhelming response to it that we've kept it up.
They besieged you and said, don't take it away.
They have, and we'll always have some elements. Sooner or later, we will have to change it out because it is already space to change, but we will always keep elements of Marineland on our site.
One of the many things that I find so appealing and interesting about the center is the diversity of attractions. And this particular thing we're looking at now is
the Tongva Gabrielino people.
Which is, that sounds like another language, so tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, actually, Gabrielinos was the name that the Spanish gave them when they first arrived, and Tongva was what they believed that they called themselves.
So is this what you could say is the American Indian?
Yes, this would be the native residents of this original area.
Here in Palos Verdes?
Right here in Palos Verdes, they found evidence of them up and down the coast, and quite a bit of evidence at Abalone Cove area.
One of the things that my kids, when they were growing up in Palos Verdes, loved was seeing, I believe they were called Orky and Corky, and standing right next to this huge thing. I say thing because what exactly is this?
Well, this is actually a Pacific white-sided dolphin, or a lag.
You know, I guess it's my English or British curiosity, but we're standing behind a huge piece of rock. And I'm saying to myself, why would a museum have a huge piece of rock? What exactly is that?
Well, normally museums have rocks because there's something great in them. And in fact, this has a whale vertebrae cast in it. It is a huge fossil. And that rock over there is actually believed to be a Chinese anchor stone. So rocks are just fascinating.
I think people would like to know what the opening hours of this facility is. Is it open 7 days a week? And also, is it free or do you have to pay to come?
It is open 7 days a week, except for New Year's, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. And we're open from 10 to 5 daily. And yes, we are still free. We love donations. They do help keep the museum operational.
But for things like weddings, that is a cost.
Yes, that is a cost, and we're happy to be able to provide the opportunity to the community after the museum closes.
You may wonder what I'm doing sitting down here on the floor, but I'm absolutely intrigued by all these books on whales and what goes on under the ocean. And obviously we're in the Point Vincenti Interpretive Center. There's a lot of fascinating stuff in here, and that prompts the question, do you use any local artists?
Yes, we actually have quite a few local artists and authors. So we have books on the peninsula. This is one of them by Mary Donovan. So featuring the Point Vincenti Lighthouse. And then we have some very unique items that are ocean or local themed. And this is one of my favorites. So this is actually not made from a sea urchin, but made to look like one. And it's a bowl.
And if people who are aspiring artists want to display their work here, they do what?
They can contact us at our number, which will be on the screen momentarily, and they can talk to our buyer.
We're standing in an enormous room that is a vast departure from the museum. Tell us what exactly this is.
This is actually a meeting room where our volunteers meet and hold classes, but we also allow this to be rented out to the public after the museum hours.
And what sort of prices are we looking at?
Well, on a Friday or Saturday, you're probably going to spend about $5,000 to be here. And on a Sunday, you can rent a much shorter amount of time, and so you're looking at probably $2,800 to $3,500.
I certainly don't want to put words in your mouth, but when I think about all the facilities on the peninsula and you think about the incredible, amazing views here, I would say that's quite a bargain.
It is, and the wonderful thing about this room is you can bring in whoever you want. We've had potlucks here, we've had In-N-Out, we've had taco trucks, and we've had the top-end caterers in the South Bay come here and spend 5 or 6 hours setting up the room for a 4-hour event.
I don't know about you, but I thought that was one of the most interesting tours I've been on in recent years. So until next time, I'm John Clayton. Thanks for watching.